Welcome to another Tequila Corner. I'm here with Sergio from Uno Dos Tres, and we are here for our 39th anniversary. So yeah, we're going to be talking a little bit about some of these delicious tequilas right here. We're going to start off with the Luchador, Numero Uno, which is a Blanco, Numero Dos, Reposado, Numero Tres, which is Anejo, and then of course Diablito, which is an Extra Anejo.
Sol de los arenales, regada en sangre del bravo saigüenque, grito que está volviendo en tu desbocado otro pehuenche.
So the brand is Uno Dos Tres Organic Tequila. So each number represents different expressions of our tequila. The Uno being the Blanco, so it is unaged, comes off the still at 110 proof and gets bottled down to 80. The Dos is our rested tequila, which is rested for 6 months in New American White Oak barrels. The Tres is our aged tequila, our Anejo, which is aged for 18 months in New American White Oak barrels. And then closest to you, we have our Extra Anejo, which is the Diablito. It's aged 40 months in new French White Oak barrels.
Wow. So I bet this one is going to be really nice. Those French oak, for people that aren't aware, French oak is a little tighter wood compared to American White Oak. So because of that, you actually get a lot smoother, kind of cleaner tequila. So I'm very excited to try this guy right here. So yeah, why don't we start off with, what do you think? Should we start off with the Numero Uno right here?
I believe so, yes. You know, whenever we do tequila tastings, I always suggest starting off with the Blanco, because then you can really see what the tequila maker's vision is.
Sure.
Because, you know, as I mentioned, that's the purest form of distillate. Hasn't been in contact with any kind of wood, so it's not picking up additional notes. So yeah, I would suggest we start off with the Uno.
Let's try that bad boy out. Just right off the nose here, let's see what we're getting. So just pure 100% like agave kind of forward notes that you're getting right here. Very, very rich. You know what? You don't even have to get your nose that close to it. It just opens up extremely well.
Absolutely. Salud.
Wow.
Ideally, hopefully you do pick up some more of that richness from the agave being, you know, harvested at 10 years versus 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, what I'm getting off of that is slight earthiness, but a lot of kind of citrus notes as well on top of that. Really, really nice, very smooth, easygoing tequila right here, which is what I love. It gives you all the flavors, all the notes that you want, but at the same time, it's not giving you that harsh burn like, you know, a tequila that isn't as well processed. Very, very good juice. I'm very impressed with what you guys are doing.
All right, so let's move on over to our Reposado expression, the Dos. So as I mentioned before, it is rested for 6 months in New American White Oak barrels. So the reason why we use New American White Oak is because we want to be able to preserve the agave flavor without having any residual either whiskey or brandy notes left over from previously used barrels. So that's why we use New American White Oak. Now I want to talk a little bit also about the actual process of making the tequila. So as I mentioned, we use 10-year-old agave plants, and we do a 48-hour roasting period in stone ovens, and then a 72-hour open-air fermentation. No additional yeast or sugar is added during that process.
But yeah, let's try this out. So you're getting, at least what I'm getting out of this, actually even before I tried it, just from off the nose, you get a lot of those vanilla notes coming from the barrel, which is really, really good. This Reposado is actually great. There's so much vanilla in there, which I love in a good agave spirit. And then on top of that, you get maybe a little bit of anise that I'm tasting in there. Really, really nice. I mean, you get everything you're looking for from the Blanco, but the barrel really brings a new aspect to it, which I really enjoy.
I've done tastings with many people, and the majority of them say that our Reposado is probably the most versatile out of our line. And I can definitely see that, being that, you know, it's only rested for 6 months. So you still get that pure Blanco style flavor with just a little bit of that wood characteristics incorporated in it as well. Well, let's move on to our tres, or our Añejo expression. So as I mentioned before, this one is aged for 18 months, still in New American white oak barrels. One thing that separates the Reposado and the Añejo as far as barrel sizes, the Reposado is a 228 liter barrel that we use, and it has like a medium light toast on the inside. Whereas the Añejo, we use half the size barrel, so it's 114 liters and just a slightly darker toast, so more like a just straight medium toast.
Oh, salud. Wow, that's exceptional. Just like I was saying, you get a lot of caramel notes. The vanilla kind of is long-lasting. This tequila right here, actually you could see it sticking a little bit when you leave it right there. It just kind of like holds right to the glass, which is really, really nice. And it coats your mouth with this kind of sweet sugarcane kind of notes that you're getting off of it. The agave at this point compared to the Blanco is a little more subtle, but at the same time you're getting so many more other characteristics. Just really, really diverse Añejo right here.
All right, so next let's go ahead and try the Diablito. We can leave that one there for display. I have an open bottle here that we can pour. So as I mentioned before, the Diablito is our Extra Anejo tequila. It is aged for 40 months in new French white oak barrels. Now, the Extra Anejo is, our Diablito, is very limited release. There are only 2,500 bottles produced a year.
Wow. The first thing I notice off of this is right when you look at it, you could see the kind of deeper color that you get from aging it in the barrels for so long. But at the same time, something that makes this more unique is, unfortunately, what some tequila producers do is they add in some residual sugars to make it a little darker. This still has that really nice kind of yellowish orange color, which is definitely how you know that it's a very natural, you know, there's no extra coloring added in there to make it seem, oh look, it's been aged for so long that it's that this is how dark it's supposed to be. Now this is a natural kind of color right here, you know, and I love it how it just looks, and it coats the glass really nicely. So yeah, let's try this out. Thanks for stopping by. Wow, really, really nice. So I mean, really, one thing that I noticed out of this is that you're getting everything you want out of a complex, deep, barrel-aged agave, something that's been aged for so long, but at the same time, the spice notes aren't over the top. You're not getting heavy spice. Everything is really well balanced, which is what I am personally looking for when I'm looking for a good tequila. I want all the notes to be well balanced in there. You know, you're gonna want some of those kind of barrel spice notes in there, the vanilla, the agave, but you never want anything to be more overpowering than the rest. And I think that you guys really nailed it on this guy.
Now, so next we're gonna try our newest product, which is El Luchador. Now, we launched El Luchador in 2015 with the bartender in mind. So as we've all noticed, within the last decade, there's definitely been a resurgence of the cocktail. Now, for the previous few years, there's definitely been a demand for higher proof spirits. You know, we've seen the grain spirits and the sugarcane spirits already had been producing higher proof spirits, so you know, we decided why not have a tequila that fits that category. So we launched El Luchador. Interesting fact about the Luchador is that, you know, we keep talking about the maturation of the agave plants and how we use 10-year-old agaves in our production. Well, for the Luchador, we actually use 12-year-old agaves, simply because we wanted to build up even more sugar content, so that hopefully in the final product, it won't be as offensive as you might be thinking right now, because, you know, you look at any spirit and you're like, oh, it's 110 proof, you know, like, it's probably going to be a little offensive. But I feel with those extra 2 years that the agave is matured, it really does make things a little bit more enjoyable. Should we try it?
Let's try it out.
As you mentioned, yeah, you can definitely tell that it's overproof, but you know, hopefully it's not as offensive on your palate as you might have thought before tasting it.
No, I mean you get a little a little more of the higher proof kind of coming in there, but it's actually kind of nice. You know, what a lot of people don't realize is that in Mexico the tequilas are higher proof already, so. We unfortunately in the U.S. don't get that privilege of trying the unique differences unless we're trying maybe 110 proof or something like this, which will be a little more similar to what you might be getting in Mexico as far as the proofage goes. Well, Sergio, I appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
I love the Uno Dos Tres series right here. It's actually one of my favorite series out there as far as tequilas go. It's just really unique, really good agave spirits that you guys have here. I mean, when it comes to tequilas, you guys just knock it out of the ballpark. You're getting all the stuff that you want out of a good tequila. On that note, we're going to be signing off. Sergio is actually going to be making a margarita for us and possibly showing us a few other things we could do with the spirits here as far as mixology and stuff like that. So stay tuned for our next video. And I appreciate you guys tuning in, and be sure to check out our store's 39th anniversary coming up May 20th to the 22nd. Uno Dos Tres is going to be here as well on May 21st. And yeah, we're going to have some good stuff going on. So on that note, salud, cheers,
Salud.
Thank you.